So what do you know about the moon? We know about the moon that moon circles around Earth. What does moon do? It circles around Earth. The moon circles around the Earth. Our trip to the moon. Last week we went on a field trip. Professor Clark took us to the moon. So there are some students that they go the last week they went on the moon with their professor. The name of the professor is Professor Clark. Here you can see in the picture that students are going in the spaceship. It took 2 days to travel to the moon. It was fun to float around in the spaceship. Look here, you can see what they are doing. They are floating around in the spaceship. They are floating around in the spaceship, and it was fun for them. When we wanted to nap, we strapped ourselves into a sleeping bags. These are called sleeping bags. And what the students do, what they are doing, they strap themselves, means they put the belt on themselves and they sleep, because in the spaceship they are moving here and there. So when they want to sleep, they take out their sleeping bags and they strap themselves with the sleeping bags and they slept. When we arrived at the moon, Professor Clark gave us our space suits. Space suits. What are the space suits? You can see here. Why do we need space suits? Good question. This is the space suit we need when we want to go onto the space. So what we do, we have to wear space suits. Before going to the space, we have to wear space suits. And in the space suits, we have backpack also. Okay. Yes. Why do we need spacesuit on the moon? This was the question that they asked. The moon is very hot during the day. The spacesuit keeps us cool. There is no air on the moon. The backpack on the spacesuit gives us air to breathe. So, to survive on the moon, we have to wear the spacesuit. Why we have to wear the spacesuit? Because the moon is very hot during the day. The spacesuit keep us cool, and there is no air on the moon. The backpack on the spacesuit, there is oxygen in it, gives us air to breathe. Okay. Page number 75. On the moon, there is less gravity on Earth. On the moon, there is less gravity, because on the Earth, there is a lot of gravity. That is why when we walk, we cannot fly. But on the moon, when you are walking, your weight is less. You can see here in the picture, I think I see Africa. Why is the earth so bright? Why is the sky black? These are the questions that students were asking while they were on the moon and they were looking at the earth. On the earth, I weigh 30 kilos. Here, I only weigh 5 kilos. Why so? Because that means we weigh much less on the moon. We jumped over craters. We could jump very high. So, because there is no gravity on the moon, we can easily jump from one place to another. We looked at the earth shining big and bright in the sky. Look, when you see from the moon, here is the earth, and it is shiny and it is big and it brights in the sky when you are looking from the moon to the earth in the space. Why does earth look so bright? So here is the answer of the question. Why does earth look so bright? The earth looks big and bright in the black sky of the moon. It is bright because it is lit by the light of the sun. Sun is giving light to the earth. That is why it looks bright. The sun, earth is 4 times as big as the moon. So it looks bigger on and brighter than the moon. So moon is small, okay? And the earth is 4 times bigger. And the sun is giving light to the earth. So the earth looks brighter from the moon. Okay, moving on to the next page. Professor Clark said we could take one moon rock home with us. The soil on the moon was dry and dusty. Here you can see in the picture, you can take, Professor Clark is saying that we could take one moon rock home with us. And the soil on the moon was dry and dusty. Why it was dry and dusty? Because there is no water on the moon. Back to school, we looked for answers to our questions. This rock is heavy. Why is our moon rock so heavy? On the moon, the rock weight 1 kilo. On the earth, we have much more gravity. Our moon rock weighs 6 kilos here because earth has more gravity than moon. So anything that has light weight on moon, when you bring it on the earth, its weights will be more. So one rock was 1 kilos on the moon. Here its weight is 6 kilos. We wrote report and drew picture. We learned lot of things about the moon. So here we have to talk about present today and past yesterday. Present, go will change into past, went. Take will change into took. Give will change into gave. Say will change into said. Write will change into wrote. Present means now, today. We are talking about today. And past, we are talking about yesterday. When we are talking about yesterday, we will say went, took, gave, said, and wrote. Okay, list the facts about the moon. The story is about a make-believe field to the moon, but it also has a lots of true facts about moon. You can see here, they are on the moon. The people are on the moon, and this is a true story. With your class, look through the story, make a list of the facts you have learned about the moon. First of all, number one, there is no air on the moon. There is no air on the moon. On the moon, there is less gravity than on Earth. It is very hot on the moon during the day. We weight much less on the moon, and the soil on the moon was dry and dusty. These are some facts about the moon that we have learned. We have learned by reading this story, make believe field trip. Yes, there is no air on the moon, and when there is less gravity on moon than on earth, it is very hot on the moon during the day, and when our weight is much less on the moon. The soil on the moon was dry and dusty. I told you already there is no water on the moon, so the soil is dry and dusty. Okay, find the compound words. What compound words can you find in this story? First word is spaceship. Space is one word. When we add ship, it becomes another word, that is spaceship. When two words join together to make a word, it is called spaceship. It is called compound word, sorry. Space suits. Space plus suits. Space is another word and suit is another. When we write it together, it becomes a compound word, that is space suit. Backpack. Back plus pack is backpack. Foot plus print is footprints. Okay, wondering, question number 4, wondering and learning about the world around us. Good scientists wonder about the world around them. They look carefully, ask questions, and search for the answers. Good students do the same thing. So, what you have to do, good scientists, what do? They wonder, they think about, they go around the world, they look carefully to each thing, they ask questions, and then they ask right answers. Okay, writing questions and finding answers. Work with the partner or a small group. Write 3 new questions about the moon for traveling. Choose one question, look in a book on the computer. So here are some questions that we are going to write about the moon. Homework is on page number 62 and 63 of your workbook. Okay, so here is some vocabulary that I want you people to write it in your English notebook. Okay, day today is Thursday and date is 22, and vocabulary words are field trip. Field trip. You can see in the picture, field trip. Space suits. This is called space suit. Nap. Nap means to take a rest or sleep for some 5 or 10 minutes. This is called nap. Strapped. To put a belt is called strapped. Sleeping bags. A bag in which we can sleep. I have shown you the picture before. Okay. So here it is, breathe. When you take oxygen in and out, it is called breathe. Crater, this is crater. Weight, when you weight your body. Gravity, footprints, and soil. This is soil. So kindly write the vocabulary words in your notebook. And your homework is in